Today you will begin reading the story Queen of the Sea. This story is based on the historical events of the invasion of England by the Spanish Armada in 1588. The queen in this story is the Queen of England, and her name is Elizabeth. Before we begin, let's go over some of the vocabulary words that you will find in this story. Now, we won't be able to go through every word like we would in class, but what I am going to do is point out just some of the words in each column that it might be helpful for you to know. If there are other words that you do not understand what it means, or you don't know how to pronounce the word, please ask someone and they can help you with that before you begin. But let's look at the first column. The first word I want to point out is the fourth word down. Please find the fourth word. It begins with a blend, BR. That is the word bracing. Bracing. Notice the soft C in bracing. Bracing means to prepare oneself or to be waiting for something. Bracing. And of course, the word below it is racing. Do you see the proper noun below racing? What do you think that word might be? I'll give you a hint. It is a place, and it's a place we've talked about many times. It is the word England. England. Now, if you go just a couple of words down from England, you'll notice some other CE words. CE is coming at the end of the word and making the S sound. Pounce, which means to jump on something, and trounce, which means to defeat. I hope you're noticing the words could and would. We just talked about them yesterday. And then you have another proper noun that begins with an R. That is the word Rome. Rome is a city in Italy. And then the last word in the first column is Elizabeth, as in Queen Elizabeth. Let's read through the first column together. And what I'd like for you to do is you can either watch this video and read along with me, or you can have your paper right in front of you, and maybe you could point to each word and read down through the first column with me, just like we would in class. Okay, here we go. Let's start at the top. Wind, brisk. Armor, bracing. Racing. England, prince. Pounce, trounce. Could, would. Pope, Rome. Kingdom, Elizabeth. Okay, let's go back to the top and see if we can go a little bit faster this time. You can try to keep up. And then if you can't keep up, maybe after I finish reading it, you can go back through it again yourself and try to read it a little faster than you did the first time. All right, here we go. We're going to start at the top. Wind, brisk. Armor, bracing. Racing. England, prince. Pounce, trounce. Could, would. Pope, Rome. Kingdom, Elizabeth. Good job, guys. Well done. And if you would like, when we're finished, you can go back and read that the third time and do it your fastest. Okay, let's go to the second column. You'll notice the third word from the top begins with another blend, st. That word is still. Still. The E in the middle makes, of course, the long E sound. Still. This does not mean still as in to take something that is not yours. This still is a piece of metal. And then you'll notice underneath it, the word is mail. Mail. Well, when we think of mail, we think of letters that come in our mailbox. This mail, if you put those two words together, still, mail, that is a vest of interlocking metal links that were used for protection during this period in history. It's kind of like a type of armor, and it's called steel mail. Another word you'll see in the middle there is pacing. Pacing means to move back and forth. Underneath the word pacing, you have another soft C word, since. Since. And then look at the word that begins with GR. G-R-A-C-E. Do you know what that word says? That word is grace. Grace. Grace is undeserved kindness, like the grace of God. And then there is another proper noun in this column. Do you see it near the bottom? Can you put your finger on it? Does anyone know what that word is? It also begins with a blend. Spain. 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 Spain is also a country in Europe. All right, let's go to the top, and we're going to read from the top to the bottom. Try to keep up. Put your finger on each word as we go. Here we go. Voices. Peace. Still. Mail. Lace. Pacing. Sense. Face. Grace. Price. Survive. Prancing. Female. Spain. Slicing. Let's see if we can go back to the top and read a little faster this time. Here we go. Voices. Peace. Still. Mail. Lace. Pacing. Sense. Face. Grace. Price. Survive. Prancing. Female. Spain. Slicing. Well done. Good job, guys. All right, let's move to the third column quickly. And let's see if there are any words in this column that it might be helpful for you to know. Look at the fourth word from the top. It begins with a W. It also has a soft C in the middle. It looks like the word win with sing at the end. The word is wincing. Wincing. Wincing is when we maybe we respond to something that is frightening or something maybe that we hit something and we respond in a way that is maybe we're frightened or we make a funny face. That is wincing. 2 words down from wincing is a word that begins with a C, and that word is cease. Cease. Cease means to stop. Look down at the bottom. Do you see the proper noun? This is our last proper noun. It begins with sk. Scotland. Scotland. Scotland is also a country in Europe. I think maybe you're starting to get an idea of where this story takes place and maybe some of the things that are going to be happening in this story. Boys, I think you will like this story in particular. However, the hero of this story is the Queen of England. So girls, I think you will like it as well. Let's go to the top. We're going to read down through the bottom. Here we go. Straining, bouncing, tracing, lacing, wincing, space, cease, prizes, empty, center, dancing, hence, choice, Scotland, stance. Okay, let's go to the top. A little bit faster this time. Straining, bouncing, tracing, lacing, wincing, space, cease, prizes, empty, center, dancing, hence, choice, Scotland, stance. Okay, that word hence near the bottom, hence means therefore. It's kind of how we would say, well, if this happened, therefore this will happen. That's an old way of saying therefore, hence. And then that last word, stance. Stance means to take a stand on something. It's a firmly held position. Stance. Okay, guys, I hope these words will help you as you read Queen of the Sea today. Enjoy.